Hello, in this video we will implement user with multiple role functionality and we will add multiple role in a token because we are using token for authentication and authorization, and we will see different way to add a role check on a class level and on a method level, and we will see how allow anonymous work. Later we will implement these things on Angular side. In previous video, we implemented role-based authorization and we implemented user with one role. I will recommend first watch this video link in the description. In register binding model, we have a role property and its type is string, and we will convert into list and we will get list from request body. We have to import list namespace and we will change the name of this variable. New name will be roles. Before save user in a database, we will check do role exists in a database. If any of them don't exist in a database, we will not save user with any unknown role. So we will add here for each loop, and one by one we will check. If any role don't exist, we will return response with error. Role manager dot role exists async, check the role exists in a database or not, and it take role as a parameter and return a boolean value. I will copy for each loop and will paste in result.succeeded condition. After saving the user information in database, we will save all the roles of user in a database one by one. Replace the model.role with role. Now we will modify get all user API. This API return the user list. So first we will modify user detail class. In user detail class we have one property role and its type is string, and we will convert into list, and we will change the name of this property role to roles, and we will add an entry in a constructor. Same, we will change the type and change the name. We will remove first or default method because we don't need first element from the list, we need list. So we will call method to list on this method. And we also modify get user list, replace first or default with list method. In order to check role list has a role type user, we can use method any on a role list array. So any, we will pass condition. So if role list has a role type user, any method will return true, else return false. If any return true, then we will add that object in a list. On successful login, we return user information and role is a part of that information. We will return roles from login method, and we replace first or default method with toList method. And we will change role to roles because now we have role list instead of a single role. For authorization, we are using JW token, so we have to add role list in our token, so app can validate this role whenever it grant permission on resources. Here we will do same thing, and we will change the type of roles to string to list. Here we will create list with type of claims, and we will initialize list with this claim. To add type to list, I will copy system.security.claim, paste in angle bracket. We will use for each loop to add role in a claim list. For each var role in roles, claims dot add, and we'll copy this line and paste here, and this, and we will remove this thing, and it accept list, so we will pass claim list and add here semicolon. We have implemented multiple roles functionality in our .NET Core 5 project. Start this application. Now we will implement in Angular side. For multiple role selection, we will use checkbox, and for one role we were using radio button. To convert radio button into checkbox, we have to change the input type radio to checkbox. So Bootstrap has a different classes for checkbox, so I replace the radio classes with checkbox classes. I replace the radio type with checkbox type. Now we will test the UI and go to register page, and you will see admin and user with checkbox. But you can see we can select only one at a time, but they are behave like a radio buttons, and this is due to on change event, and we have to remove else condition. Now we will test again, and now they are behaving like checkbox. User can select multiple roles. First we will verify the role selection, and then we will send request to server. Return statement will stop the execution of this method after the log. Now we will test this thing and give any random name, and click on login, and if I expand, and you can see admin is true, and if I select user is true. Uncheck the admin, and let's see, admin is true, but it should be false. To fix this issue, we will toggle the state for radio button, and for this we will use not operator on is selected. Now we will test again this thing. Click on admin and click on login, and see the state admin is true. Click on a user, and user is true. Uncheck the admin, and status is false. It's working fine. And if I uncheck user, and both are false, they are working fine. And if I check again admin, and it's true. Now checkbox selection is working fine, and I will remove return statement so we can send request to server. Now we will apply validation. If user don't select any role, then user cannot add user in a database. For this we will create one property, is role selected, and this property will return the true or false. If user is selected, it will return true, else return false. And we filter the roles on is selected property. When length is greater than 0, its mean role is selected. Copy the property name in HTML file, in a disable attribute condition, add or operator, paste is selected property name, and add not operator with it. If any condition true, it will disable the button. Now we will test login button enable when we select the role. Now we will send roles list instead of single role, so we will modify this thing, and we will use map function because we only need role name from array object. In a map function we give the name of that property that we require in return, and here we will change the type of role property, convert string to string array. We will change the name role to roles, and we will send roles in a request body. We receive role list from API, so we will modify user class, and we will change the type of role string to string array. I will modify constructor entry so I can pass role list to constructor. Next thing, and we will display all the role on a screen. We display as a comma separated value, and we will use join method for this work. We are showing roles on our two different component. One is user, and second all user management page. Join method create a new string by concatenating all the element in an array and separated by comma, and you can use any separator. Here I use comma as a separator. So now we will modify this condition, and we will use index of method. It will return index number if admin is present in a role list, otherwise it will return -1. So we can assume if index number is greater than -1, then admin is present in a role list. So we have to update the condition wherever we are checking the role. In admin property, we will check admin, and in a user property, we will check user exists in a role list or not. In a .NET Core project, we will add validation on our roles. If role is undefined or empty, we will return error and we will return message roles are missing. I will copy this statement and paste here and change the message roles are missing. Here we will add condition only reset this element values if we receive a success response from server. If we receive error response, then control value will not reset. In a if condition, we will check response code and we will check if response code is okay, then reset the controls value. And we know data object is a type of response model class. In a response model, we have a response code and we will add condition data.response code equal to response code.ok. Now we will test the functionality and we will add a user with multiple role and full name is admin6 and email admin6@gmail, and we will assign both role admin and user. App stopped on a breakpoint, and here you will see in our roles we have a 2 role, and click on continue, and this user has saved with multiple roles. And now we will log in with this ID. So you can see we have one user with multiple role. This user has a role type admin, but we cannot see all user link. This is due to isUser property. This property returned true because we have a user in a role list. So we will add one more condition. isUser property should check admin should not present in a role list. So we can use this dot is admin property in a user property with AND operator. Now we will test and refresh the page, and you will see all user link is present now. So this is working fine, and we will log in again and you will see we have all user link when we have a role type admin and user. Now we will test user with a one role, and you will see all user and user link are present when we have a role type admin. Now we will log in with role type user. All user link is not visible when we have a role type user. So this is working fine. So we have covered these things so far. We register user with multiple roles, get user list with multiple roles. We added multiple roles in a token because we are using token for authentication authorization, and we integrated the multiple roles functionality in Angular project. Now we will see different way to add a role check in a .NET Core. In a first example, we will add role check on a class level, and here we added role type admin. Only admin can access this controller, and role type with user cannot access this controller. On our first method, we added attribute allow anonymous. This will ignore the authorization and authentication, and this method will be publicly accessible. User don't need any authentication authorization to access this method. To access second method, user should have role type admin or user. User with role type user cannot access this method because this user don't have role type admin, and user with role type user cannot enter into this class. I will copy this attribute and that have a role type admin and paste on a class level here. Start the application and we will test this thing, and if we try to log in, and we will get unauthorized error because to access this class method we need role type admin, and here we will add allow anonymous and it will ignore the authorization. So now this method is publicly accessible. User can access this method without authentication authorization. Now we can log in and we are able to access user data. And if we log in with a user that have a role type user, we are able to log in, but we will not be able to get data and we will get unauthorized error. In order to access get user list method, we will add user role at class level. So Now we can access get user list if user has a role type user. Here we will add user role at class level. Start the application and we will test again. So if we try with user that have role type user, and you can see we can access data. We will see this way to add a role check. In order to access get user list, user must have role type admin and user. User with single role cannot access this method. If user has a role type admin, cannot access this method, and if user has a role type user, cannot access this method. So these two roles are required to access this method. So now we will apply this type of role check in a project. In order to access get user list, user must have role type admin and user. Start the application. First we will try with user that have role type user. Here you can see we got unauthorized error. Now we will try with the user that have role type admin. You can see same, we got error, unauthorized error. And now we will try that have a role type admin and user. So we will try this user. This user has a role type admin and user. So this user will be able to get data from this user. We are able to get data from that method which is get user list. Now we will see policy based role checks. Roles requirement can be expressed using policy syntax. In a startup file we register policy and later we apply this policy on a controller and on a method. In startup file we create or register policy. We can add multiple policy here. Service.add authorization. In a lambda expression, option.add policy. In a first argument we pass a policy name. In lambda expression we pass a roles requirement. Policy.requirements, and we pass a role as a string. Admin is a role. Policy name is admin policy, and add semicolon here. So we will copy policy name. In authorized attribute we remove the role and we will add here policy, and in a string we will pass the policy name. And now we will test. So first we will log in with admin. We are able to get data from user and get user list. So this is working fine. We can add multiple roles in a policy, like user with admin or user role can access this policy. So this time we will test with user that have a role type user, and so I will remove this condition that hide the get all user link. I also remove this class that disable the link. So this time we will log in with user that have a role type user. I only did this for demonstration purpose. So user can access all user link and user link. So you can see I can access user and all user, so no unauthorized error. So this is working fine. So in this video we covered register user with multiple roles, get user list with multiple roles, added multiple roles in a token for authorization, and integrated multiple roles functionality in Angular project. If you like my video, subscribe my channel. Thank you.